Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We came to Friday. You made it. Steve Collins coming to you from beautiful, spectacular cloud patterns. San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, and purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Hope you guys are ready for a great day today. You're abnormal. You're abnormal. I'm going to tell you a quick story that you may have heard before for those of you that have listened to my videos, and you will get some bearing. Gary Keller, who is the founder of Keller Williams Realty, tells a story. Now, Gary Keller has had a couple of health issues over the years, and he does not carry weight. He doesn't carry a lot of weight on his body. He's a very, very, very thin guy. And so for years, he would run into people who would say to him, "Gary, oh my Lord, look at you. You're so skinny. Can somebody give him a sandwich?" And people would give him a hard time about the fact that he was so thin. And they ask him, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you sick? Are you sick? Are you okay, Gary?" And so he goes on to tell the story that, after hearing the same thing over and over again, he elected to think of something intelligent to say. And here was the conversation he deduced. The next time someone would ask him, "Oh my Lord, you look so skinny. Are you okay? Are you okay, Gary?" That he would say, "Okay, let me just be real clear with you here. You are surrounded by, on average in America, 80 to 90% of people at any given who are a minimum 20 pounds over their normal weight. So your idea or perspective of what's normal is actually not normal at all. You see, I'm what a normal, healthy person looks like. So actually, I look healthy. So you should be asking everybody else, "Are y'all okay? Y'all need to go to Weight Watchers?" Now, he didn't say that part. I threw that in. But his conversation was your perspective and the evidence that you are using to gather data to determine what is normal is flawed, because everybody else is actually overweight that you tend to come in contact with. And I say that to say this. Seal has a song, Seal, and there's a line in it. He says, "In a world full of people, only some want to fly." Isn't that crazy? Crazy. So we've talked about capacity. I talked to you about DKR, Dying Kid Resourcefulness. The story of you walk outside to go to work, your child is laying in the street, obviously been hit by a car early in the morning. You thought they went to the bus stop. You pick up little Johnny or little Susie, and then you run to get your phone, and you realize you left the phone inside the house. Do you say, "Well, I left my phone in the house, little John's just going to have to suffer"? No, you don't do that. You know you don't do that, right? Then you run to your car, and you go to put your keys in your car, and you realize that you left your keys inside the house. So you run to the house, you realize you locked yourself out of the house, and you're holding bleeding little Johnny in your arms, and you say, "Well, little Johnny, I did my best. I tried to make a phone call. My phone's in the house. Sorry. I locked myself out of the house. I'm just have to hold you here until you see Jesus." No, you don't do that. What do you do next? Maybe you go knocking on the neighbor's door. Maybe you knock on 3 or 4 or 5 doors. Nobody's home, and you're holding your dying child in your arms. At what point in this scenario do you say, "It's just too hard, little Johnny. I don't know anybody. I don't have the time. I'll be late to work. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to have to let you die in my arms, little Johnny"? At what point do you give up on your child? You don't. What do you do? 3 simple words, ladies and gentlemen, that y'all have the capacity. You do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. So here's my charge and why I'm saying you're abnormal. If you are not living the life you believe you can live, and that you've got this little glimpse inside of you of what it can be like, the big life, the big dream, the big goals, if you are not maximizing your gifts and your talents and your potential in service to other people, if you are not experiencing the exhilarating joy that comes from being who you were created to be, doing what you were created to do, then I've got news for you. You are surrounded by millions of other people who are in the same boat. And you see, when you see somebody achieving at a remarkably high level, living what appears to be an unimaginable life, I have sad news for you. You're the abnormal one. You see, the person living the big life is actually the norm. We have been entrusted with such amazing gifts, and with such an amazing mind, and with such an amazing capacity to become the person we know we could be, but we're surrounded by people who have given up, who have given in, and who have agreed with the stories and the excuses that, well, it's too hard. Well, I can't do that. Well, but what would happen? Well, if I left my job, well, it would just, I can't, well, it would this, well, it would that, well, it would this, well, it would that. And the excuses that make up part of what you see around you. And so my charge to you is this: if you're living the big, amazing, powerful life that you believe that you can live, you're normal, because that's what we were created to do. We were created to live an abundant life, guys, to have life and have it abundantly. This is not a dress rehearsal, folks. You got one shot down here. You got one shot. One shot. Think about that. You're abnormal if you're not living the life that you believe you can live. Normal is the big life. Who are you surrounding yourself with? What are you putting into your mind? What are you putting into your heart? And could it just be that normal is abundant and magnificent and spectacular, and you've just settled for what everyone else has settled for? Something to think about. Have a great Friday, guys.